All right, everybody, welcome back to Panel by Panel Comics. It is time for the pulls of the week. Time to go get my comic books from my local comic shop. I'll let you guys see what I pulled for the week of March 4th, 2026. I'll see you when I get there. Alright guys, we are back from the comic book store. Time to show you what I pulled for this week. Time to take out the stack from the white bag. See, we got a decent size pull list this week. So to start it off with DC, we have Absolute Superman. This is issue number 17. As you see, Parasite is starting to invade Metropolis, starting to get all the people. We see an opening page with Lois Lane and her time getting started at the Daily Planet. Real nice and fun to see. It looks like they're going to be talking, and that is pretty gruesome. That is pretty damn gruesome there in the bottom left corner. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a really fun issue. Going to see Superman and Hawkman potentially team up, or basically I think they're going to have different type of ideologies on how to fight this little Parasite, of course. And Absolute Superman 17, really looking forward to that comic book. Next, Absolute Flash, we have issue number 12. This is going to be Wally versus Thawne, essentially. Looks like we're going to also see potentially Gorilla Grodd and his dad. That's pretty cool. I like seeing the growth of the other characters in this comic book. Going to see Wally have some one-on-one time with his dad, and we haven't seen that in quite some time. But I'm really looking forward to this because that looks so good. Jeff Lemire really starting to kick it with Absolute Flash, and that is issue number 12. We have Batman. This is issue number 7, getting basically a new jump on point for people interested in the title. It's titled The Joker is Back, and it all starts here. There's going to be an extra little story at the end about the Joker, and I assume basically where he's been for all this time. You're going to see Batman with the female doctor. It looks like he's going to be questioning her about some potential situations. It's going to be really interesting to see whether she is good or evil. But yeah, look at that. Joker looks so terrible, and he's going to get some one-on-one time with Batman. Can't wait to see what happens there with Batman issue number 7. Now this is the main event of the week. We have Dcko issue number 5. I picked up cover E. I think that looks so insanely good, and of course with DC, they usually put the interior design or like the A cover on the inside, but because it is a Dcko, they don't. But it's okay. I'm fine with that. Still, I'm not going to show anything because I don't want to spoil myself. I don't want to spoil you guys. Just go pick it up. It's the end of this event. It's been a great one in my opinion. Been one of the best events in recent memory. Highly recommend it. Dcko number 5 is my number 1 and most anticipated. I will be talking about it on Buy or Sell that comes out this Friday. Next, we have an Image comic. This is a number 1 comic. This is Narco, written by Wagner with the art done by Hilliard. Doug Wagner does the art, but it's going to be very interesting. The art style looks a bit animated, which is fine with me. I like it. It looks pretty cool. But it does also seem like a whole lot of just communication with this dude and a possum, which, hey, it's the first issue. You got to kind of establish this character and what he's potentially going to be like, what his attitude is like. See, like he has a group of friends here. Who knows? Gonna have to read to find out. But Narco, issue number 1. Looking forward to it. This will also be on my Buy or Sell this week. Next, another DC book. We have Poison Ivy. This is issue number 42, titled Mayor Ivy Starts Here. This is a new jumping on point for people interested in the character of Pamela Ivy. So we see her sat down at the mayor's office at her desk, and she's going to have a one-on-one conversation with Vandal Savage. This is going to be a very intense exchange, if I was to guess. because they both really do not like each other. And Pamela's trying to become more of a good guy, or on the good side of things. And it's going to be interesting to see how she does that, especially with Janet from HR. But Poison Ivy number 42, another one of my top anticipated books of the week. A book that just didn't make it because I am catching up with the trade that's going to come out later. Speed Racer, this is issue number 6. This is done by Mad Cave. It did have a bit of a hiatus as they were not sure if it was going to make a second volume, but it looks really cool. I love the art style, and if you're a racing fan, this is probably right up your street because it's all about racing and the dark side of it and how evil it can possibly be. But Speed Racer issue number 6, looking forward to getting around to reading this whenever I pick up the trade, which is coming out. I think it's either at the end of this month or at the beginning of next month. I'm not quite sure. I gotta find out whenever it's coming out because I'm really wanting to catch up on Speed Racer. Next, we have the end of the Avengers, or at least the run of Jed MacKay. This is issue number 36. It has the full wraparound cover, which I do always love a wraparound cover. They're always really cool, really tight. But we get to see that the Avengers are going to finish off Kang, essentially, because that's been the whole big bad of this entire run. And seems like we're going to get some extra appearances from some other cool people. Interested to see where it goes. I think this run was pretty mid from Jed MacKay, and as well as his X-Men run, which I'm probably going to be talking about here in a sec because that's one of the books I'm pulling this week. But Avengers number 36, end of the Avengers run. We still don't have a new Avengers title that has been announced yet. Kind of interesting. But we have Ignition Press. This is The Beauty. This is issue number 4, written by Jeremy Hahn, art done by Jason A. Hurley. And we're going to get some more insight into the STD known as The Beauty. It's going to be kind of interesting. Seems like we're going to see Jason the Weatherman kind of running away after having a one-night stand with that chick from the previous issue. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Going to get to see this bad guy even more. But The Beauty, issue number 4, really looking forward to it. I really need to get around to watching this TV show because it looks really good. It has Ashton Kutcher in it. I'd probably enjoy it. But issue number 4, The Beauty, looking forward to that. Next, we have The Amazing Spider-Man. This is part of the Death Spiral event. This is part 2 of 9. This is issue number 23 of Amazing Spider-Man. But it seems like we're going to have some one-on-one time or one-on-two time with Parker, Aunt May, and I can't remember the boyfriend's name, but Aunt May's new boyfriend. Going to be interesting. And it seems like we're also going to get the Shocker as well as the female Otto Octavius in this issue. Not quite sure how this is all going to go around, but I believe that MJ is going to reveal herself to Peter Parker as being the new Venom in this issue, which is going to be very interesting to see how that goes down between those two. Next, we have the X-Men. This is issue number 26. Now, if this Danger Room Part 1 is not good, I am going to drop this title because it is the Part 1 of this new little event that Jed MacKay is doing with Danger Room. Now, we left off last time with the X-Men taking on this group of Nazis, and it was okay. It was a fun action little comic book, but there was no story. So hopefully this Danger Room can actually set up a story with the X-Men, and we can actually tell something with these new casts of characters that Jed MacKay has tried to assemble. But I do love Glob Herman. Glob Herman, honestly, one of my favorite X-Men. I really hope they bring him into the MCU. I just think he's such a comical character. But X-Men number 26, another one of my books that I'm looking forward to this week. And a book that wasn't on my top 10, but it was pretty close. But it's an annual, X-Men annual. It looks really cool. They're fighting this big-ass monster. And you get your classical group of characters with Wolverine, Gambit, Jubilee, Rogue. That's the fun part. And you're also going to get Jean Grey. So this is like your traditional X-Men. It looks really good. The art style is pretty solid for an X-Men book. We'll see how the writing is. I'm looking forward to it. This will also be on my buy or sell this week, the X-Men annual for 2026. Now, I only have 2 more to talk about. I picked up this one in the shop because I was like, it seems pretty cool. I'm interested in it. Batgirl, this is issue number 17. This is a new story arc for her. It's called The Curse of the Blood Starts Here. Essentially, Cassandra Cain, she's getting a new power set. She's going to have the power of this Curse of the Blood, and she can use her own blood now as a weapon. And I mean, just look at how terrifying that is. All that blood coming out of her body, and it's going to be interesting to see how it's utilized. Is it going to be kind of an evil source within her? Is she going to have to navigate around it? Who knows? But I'm looking forward to getting to read this character of Cassandra Cain, Batgirl 17. And I haven't read a book about her in so long. And I believe there's another Batwoman coming out in March, part of the Next Level, the Next Level little arc that DC is doing. They did All In, now they're doing Next Level. But Batgirl issue number 17, looking forward to reading that. That will be on my buy or sell most likely this week. And then finally, I picked up a trade. This is Feral Volume 4. I've picked up the first 3 volumes of it because I'm trying to catch up with it. Volume 4, looking ahead to it. It's just a really good, fun little series with all these evil cats. And it's basically, I heard somebody say it, and I think it's the perfect analogy. It's The Walking Dead meets Lion King. That's exactly what it is. But it's a really good book written by Tony Fleeks with the art done by Forstner. I always forget what his first name is. But anyways, Feral Volume 4, looking forward to reading that trade in a little bit. But guys, that is it for the haul this week. Let me know what you are looking forward to the most this week. And remember, as always, stay healthy, stay great, and have a great rest of your day.